His Excellency the President is the nation's chief ambassador and chief executive officer. The conduct of foreign affairs is one of the executive powers expressly vested in him. To recapitulate, therefore, Kenya's foreign policy is the prerogative of His Excellency the President on behalf of the great people of Kenya. Since his assumption into office, President William Samoei Ruto has stepped up diplomatic outreaches with various countries with the aim of diversifying economic ties and deepening foreign relations. The President has made 39 foreign visits, and we have hosted over 30 heads of states and governments, the last one being the President of Romania, who we had a reception yesterday. We have also been able to sign mega bilateral and multilateral agreements, further stamping Kenya's authority as a diplomatic powerhouse. So many Kenyans are asking, what are the benefits of these foreign trips? The President's visits have yielded numerous benefits for our nations, emphasizing our commitment for fostering international relations that enhance our economic prosperity and global influence. These visits have secured investment partnerships and signing of agreements, some of which include: number one, over 350,000 jobs opportunities for Kenyans to work in Saudi Arabia and investment in renewable energy. Now you ask yourself, 350,000 jobs. Assuming you get a low-skilled job that would pay a Kenya maybe 30,000 Kenya shillings, and you translate by 350,000 Kenyans, you can see the number of the amount of remittances that would actually come to us as a country. And currently, as you may be aware, we are actually able to get over 600 billion shillings. Actually, to be precise, is about 750, more than actually, if you go by the rate of the dollar, that is now coming from the Kenyans who are sending money from abroad. So if we have 350,000 Kenyans going to Saudi Arabia, you can see how many households, how many homes will not only be supported by their sons and daughters working in Saudi Arabia, but also the amount of money that will also circulate in our local economy. And you need to visit Kenyans who are, families of Kenyans who are working abroad to see the kind of living standards that have been improved as a result of that. And it's also a foreign exchange earner, for our country. Currently, the people who are in Saudi Arabia, by the last statistics, they were about 100,000. So if you increase by about 350,000 going forward, then you are talking about close to 500,000 Kenyans helping us to actually grow our economy and also getting jobs that may discuss here at home. So it's really a great deal. The President has also held talks with UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and act a deal worth about 900 billion Kenya shillings. Now that's quite something. And it should be remembered that Rishi Sunak, the father actually was born and brought up here in Nairobi. He's a Kenyan of Asian origin. And it should not be lost that the President actually visited, the first visit of the king was in this country. So if you have actually 900 billion shillings worth of investment here in the country, it is going to be a game changer. And the biggest project they have is the railway city here in Nairobi that is going to revolutionize our urban transport system. So very, very impressive. The President has also been able to have Kenya open its embassy in Senegal. Now, what this means is that we have now a new engagement with Senegal. Yeah, and that means it's a new market for our products. People can visit easily and Senegalese can also benefit from us. One of the most popular things that the president has done actually is to invite Kenya, Africans to come here without visa. That will be made more concrete going forward, and something that has become very popular, in Africa, and you could see even countries like Rwanda also taking heed on the same. The other benefit that has also emanated from the 39 foreign trips is that he has signed and ratified the East Africa One Area Network for mobile telephony with his Rwanda counterpart, President Paul Kagame. What this means is that when you are going to call Rwanda, it's going to be much, much cheaper. And that means there's a higher connectivity and also business and communication for that matter. Then Kenya has also been able to establish the Kenya-Djibouti Business Council because Djibouti relies quite a bit on our market, and also we have to do quite a bit on that. Remember, IGAD is there, so it's a very critical, outpost in terms of our business and market in that regard. The other issue is that the president has been able to sign various MOUs in trade, investment, energy, ICT, transport, education, security, tourism, culture, agriculture, and the blue economy with the Congo Brazzaville counterpart, Denis Sassou Nguesso. And one of the good things about it is that now there was a flight that was flying to Brazzaville, but it had stopped. Now it has resumed, and that means then we have more business opportunities. And further to that, he has also opened a resident mission. So there's now a mission in Brazzaville. So we have now proper, diplomatic relations in that regard. The president has also been able to sign another deal, a program, the Millennium Challenge Corporation. And this again is going to enable us to have over 900 billion actually. Over 9 billion, I beg your pardon, that will really help in terms of getting electric vehicles. And you may ask yourself why this is important. If you change your vehicle from diesel or petrol to electric, you are going to spend only 10% of what you are spending earlier on. So again, the cost of fuel and efficiency is very important, and this is for buses. So we can see how it's going to really revolutionize this place. The president has also held talks with the president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, and the whole idea is to have a grain bulk or hub in Mombasa. You'll ask yourself why? Because a lot of wheat is actually imported from this country, so it will actually help Kenya to host the hub and therefore distribute to the rest of East Africa. And of course, it will cheapen the costings because of shipping and all of that. It is also very impressive that the United Nations Office for Project Services has actually picked Kenya as its national headquarters. So over and above UNEP, UN Habitat, such other agencies, we now have a new headquarter for a UN agency, United Nations Office for Project Services. And that's a great deal because it means we are going now to get the development dollars, if we can call them that way. They are going to actually increase. And also, over 129 billion Kenya shillings have been agreed upon by the Development Finance Corporation to fund Kenyan companies, especially the SMEs in agriculture and agribusiness. So again, a lot of money for private equity and private, enterprise financing that was not available before. And Kenya has also bagged $75 million in terms of green investments. That's also a lot of money that will help in terms of our climate action. And the Chinese themselves have also signed an MOU, President Xi Jinping, so that there is more market to their 1.4 billion people for our products. And of course, they have also cancelled all the visa appointments for Kenyans as a result of that engagement. I think that's a very commendable issue because you don't need a visa to go to China. That's one of the greatest benefits that we've gotten from this. And of course, the other MOUs have been signed by the Chinese. Then there is also the Huawei deal between ourselves and them, so that we can have, transformation of our digital, infrastructure. So they are going to be really helping us in doing so. And Pepsi has actually expressed interest as a result of his visit, the president's visit in America, in setting up, operations in Nairobi. So Pepsi, of course, is a rival to Coca-Cola. So you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we have had the benefits of almost close to 2 trillion shillings that have been sealed, in terms of MOUs. And you'll ask the question, then why can the ambassadors do it? No, it's not that simple, ladies and gentlemen. You have to give that trust as the president when he is committed, and when he shows up, the power of showing up, it's really very important. And it is important because Kenya does not have a lot of fiscal headroom, if you know what I'm talking about, because we borrowed a lot. So we need to find other ways through PPPs, public-private partnerships, and all of such, so that then we are able to leverage on new ways of financing our development. And I think this is very, very, very important. For example, when you talk about the funding of renewable energy by Saudi Arabia, we have a potential of up to 26 gigawatts through wind and solar. So we really have a lot of potential. That's why you can see going forward, the Chinese, the Saudis would want to see how is it that we can marketize this.